Good afternoon, everyone. I'm News 8 meteorologist Ashley Baylor in the News 8 Now Stream Center. We finally made it to Friday. It has been quite a day out there. Yes, we have the sunshine, but it's one of those days where it's nicer to be on the inside looking out because that northwest breeze is no joke. Temperatures are chilly enough. That wind, it just cuts right through you if you're standing outside, especially if you're standing outside in the shade for any reason. So let's actually go back. Yesterday, I did not end up doing this because we had an earthquake pop up, and I was very busy trying to create some graphics. Now, of course, the earthquake wasn't here. It was out in California, but it was a pretty strong one. So let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit. You can see there's been plenty of aftershocks. Of course, there were a couple of foreshocks, but there have been plenty of aftershocks from this initial major earthquake. So this was just offshore of Eureka, California. It was yesterday morning about 10:45 Pacific time. It was a 7.0 magnitude earthquake, and there were some discrepancies with the depth. Originally, the U.S. Geological Survey showed that the depth was only about a half-mile deep, which is extremely shallow, whereas NOAA was showing it closer to 8 miles deep. So it kind of settled in the middle. It was about 6 miles deep, which is still quite shallow. Now, originally, there was a tsunami warning issued. Within about 2 hours, it was allowed to be canceled, which, of course, is very good news, but that was not before they did have some evacuation warnings go in effect for the San Francisco area and basically most of the Bay Area. So let's talk about what happened here. So this is a look at the tectonic plates that we have across the world. There's about 17 of them. Where this earthquake happened, since right in between the Juan de Fuca plate, that should say plate, not place, and the North American plate. So this actually happens right on the Cascadia subduction zone. Now, when you hear subduction zone, that means typically one of the plates, in this case the Juan de Fuca plate, actually slips beneath the North American plate. And that normally forces the water up and would lead to a tsunami. But in this case, what happened here was what we call a strike slip. It means that the Juan de Fuca plate and the North American plate basically just slid past each other. So that's less likely to cause a tsunami due to minimal vertical movement. So in this case, even though we don't want to talk about any major earthquakes, in a sense, this was one for the better because of just it being a strike slip rather than a subduction. So here's a look at the magnitude explainer. When you hear 7.0 magnitude, yes, that's considered a major earthquake, and typically it can cost billions in damage. It can cause loss of life, and we only have about 18 of those per year. I don't think this one is going to end up with billions in damage, but yeah, there was some damage. Now, what is a tsunami exactly? Well, there's a lot of misconceptions about tsunamis. I think a lot of people hear that word and they think it's, one great big tidal wave that comes in and destroys everything. That's actually not the case. So what originally happens is along that fault line, again, that Cascadia subduction zone I was just talking about, that's where the plates kind of rub together, causing that underwater earthquake. Now, the earthquake causes a vertical push of seawater. But again, in this case, it was a strike slip, so they moved horizontally. So in this instance, it didn't force as much water upwards. But in normal circumstances, you'd get that push of water up, and then, of course, it has to go out. So as those waves spread into shallower waters, the waves actually grow higher and higher. So with some tsunamis that we've witnessed across the world, again, majority of them being around the Ring of Fire from the Pacific Ocean all the way out, basically from California out towards Japan and through Southeast Asia. What happens there is sometimes we actually watch the water go out a little bit. On camera for you for a second here. But what we do is watch the water kind of go out a little bit. And it gives a little bit of false hope for people because they say, I can go out a little bit. This is not a big deal. But all that water is going to come back in. And it's going to come back at a pretty fast rate of speed and usually pretty high. So as we saw with the Japan earthquake many years ago, again, that initial push of water out, and then it all comes rushing back in. So it's not just one big wave that comes crashing on shore. It is several waves that just push and push and push until basically that water can kind of meet an equilibrium, if you will. All right, so that's my earthquake and tsunami explainers. Here's a look at our satellite and radar composite. Let's talk about what's going on closer to home. We've enjoyed lots of sunshine out there today, but I will say later on this evening, you'll probably notice a few more clouds popping up. It is cold though. It's only 30 degrees in Willimantic, 26 in Torrington, 29 in Waterbury. We're at 36 here in New Haven, but it certainly doesn't feel like it because of this northwest wind. This is sustained anywhere between 10 to about 21 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 17 to even 29 miles per hour. So when you factor in those cold temperatures with this biting wind, you get the wind chill. This is what it actually feels like when you step out the door. And it feels like 18 degrees right now in Windsor Locks. Feels like 19 in Waterbury, even 20 degrees in both New London and Willimantic. So, yeah, not exactly the most pleasant day to be outdoors. Here's a look at our hour by hour. As I said, heading into this evening, really, you'll probably notice a few more clouds filling in, but they're coming alone. We're not going to see any rain or snow showers going through this evening. Obviously, with temperatures being as cold as they are, it would be in frozen form more than liquid form. Heading into tomorrow morning, we'll start off with lots of sunshine, and most of your Saturday will be bright, luckily less windy, but temperatures are still going to be stuck in the mid to upper 30s. So if you're out tomorrow, you still want to dress warmly. By the way, from 11 to 1 o'clock tomorrow, we will be out at North Haven High School for our great holiday give. We will be collecting new unwrapped toys and monetary donations for Toys for Tots. We would love to see you out there. You can grab that information on our website, WTNH.com. Now, watch as we head into Saturday evening. The clouds will fill in once again. This time, they're not coming alone for the ride. You can see as we go overnight from Saturday into early Sunday morning that we will have some passing snow showers. I think this can certainly leave a nice little coating on the ground, and if you're traveling Sunday morning, especially through the northern half of the state, this could make roads slippery, especially on those secondary and tertiary roads. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. Overall, as we head into Sunday, we should see more breaks of sunshine, but we're really going to be in and out of the clouds for the next several days. Tonight we'll have passing clouds, but overall a quiet night as temperatures drop into the 20s. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny for most of the day, but then we'll have those late day clouds, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. So we'll be watching out for that snow as we go through Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Again, a coating on the ground would not surprise me. We'll see some breaks of sun Sunday afternoon into Monday morning, but then the clouds fill in again for Monday afternoon in anticipation of some rain that will be with us Monday evening and into Monday night. Now, Tuesday continues to trend dry, so a little bit of good news there that we catch a break in the afternoon. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 40s there. And even on Wednesday, that day is looking dry. Going to be quite mild. Temperatures will be in the low 50s there. So, normally I wouldn't complain about milder temperatures. However, 2 of our ski resorts open today. We had Mohawk Mountain open today, and we also have Powder Ridge that opened today. Tomorrow, Mount Southington is going to open. So these folks have been working so hard to get to that snow on the ground. They had a little bit of help courtesy of Mother Nature a couple of days ago, but they need to keep the snow on the ground. And when you're talking about rain and milder temperatures, that's not really going to help them out. So as much as I enjoy the milder conditions, I don't want it to work against our local ski resorts because they're such great people and a lot of kids enjoy it. I was actually watching our camera at Mohawk Mountain. You can already see the kids that are out there starting to enjoy this season. My daughter is probably going to be among them. She absolutely loves skiing. She started learning last year, so it's something she loves doing with her dad. Her mom's not the best ski teacher, so anyway. Anything you have planned this weekend? Hope it's a good one for you. First weekend of December. I don't know why, but I keep thinking we're already through mid-December. Maybe because I know Christmas is going to creep up so quickly that the month seems to be flying by, even though technically it's not. But I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Really hope to see you out at the Toy Drive tomorrow. Again, we'll be there from 11 to 1 o'clock at North Haven High School. Bring a new unwrapped toy or monetary donations. Of course, you can always just stop by and say hi to us as well. You could gripe about the weather. I'll be out there. Chief Meteorologist Gil Simmons will be out there. Joe Fury will be out there. We'll be there to take your complaints in case you're not a fan of the weather. But in the meantime, I'll see you back Monday. Take care.